Since Rockstar's promotion team was about as useful as Ferrari's pit crew during the Brazilian GP, I thought this was the perfect week to talk about more useless things. So, since you guys enjoyed the last one, this is one useless fact from every Strangers and Freaks mission in GTA 5. After delivering the car you helped tow for Tanya in pulling favors, she will take a phone call. And if you pull out your phone while standing next to her, you will see that her phone displays the same thing that yours does. In pulling another favor, Franklin makes a comment about hitting the pipe like it's 1992.
Well shit, if going Vinewood means I ain't hitting the pipe like 1992.
This is the same year that GTA San Andreas was set in, and we know that drugs, and especially crack, is a major cause for what happens during the story. This is a double useless fact for pulling favors again and still pulling favors, because it seems Rockstar themselves knew that these missions were absolutely useless, as the only way to even trigger them is by getting a text from Tanya and then calling her right after. But if you ignore these texts, the missions will never pop up on your map. And at the end of pulling one last favor, despite Tanya saying,
"Thanks again, baby. Don't be a stranger,"
we never end up hearing from her ever again, and thank God for it. Shift work is the blanket term for the street races you can compete in for HAL, and since the mission only involves racing, I'll give you a few cool facts related to all of them. The events of the first race around Franklin's neighborhood are briefly mentioned by HAL in the Los Santos Tuners update. It is also mentioned at the same time by HAL that he ended up finishing this race in 3rd place.
What would you say if I told you some fools I knew were running a little racing competition? And as luck would have it, they got this really beautiful silver medal with your name on it.
And then I told them, I'm sure they got a really beautiful silver medal with your name on it.
Weren't that the race you won like 3rd in?
If the player has participated in any of HAL's races prior to completing the mission Father-Son, the mechanic will comment on Franklin's victory or loss as you enter Los Santos Customs.
For a second I thought you'd just come here to talk smack about that race you won.
Or alternatively, if you haven't raced yet, he will try to talk you into joining one.
Still need to get you out for one of the races, Franklin. See if you drive as fast as you talk. It never happened.
In the December of 2023 GTA 5 source code leak, we learned that a cut vehicle known as the Matador was supposed to make an appearance in the first mission for Paparazzi. Now, the only place that you can see this cut vehicle is on an advertising poster at Simeon's dealership. After getting into a car chase with Franklin and Beverly, Poppy will crash her car into a pile of cement tubes, causing them to fall over. However, if you were to run into these in free roam, they won't have the same effect. After snapping the picture of Poppy getting arrested, an internet article proves that this mission and our previous encounter with her both take place within the same week. Although we are told to go on the roof to snap a picture of the princess buying drugs, you can actually just stand essentially right beside them while taking the picture without getting caught, most likely since Rockstar assumed no one would try this. And finally, in Paparazzi Reality Check, in order to get a gold medal for this mission, you have to kill Beverly and his crew, meaning canonically, he was meant to be killed off. After collecting all of the letter scraps and discovering the truth behind the mysterious death of Leonora Johnson, Franklin will come face to face with her killer, Peter Dreyfuss. Despite us already knowing this, another dead giveaway is the fact that the license plate on his car spells out his name. For the mission Grassroots, GTA 4's Liberty City actually has a store already named Grassroots in it, which is where the name of these missions comes from. While hallucinating, the song that plays in the background is called Visitors, created by the band called Visitors, which, if you ask me, is pretty fitting. During Trevor's hallucination, instead of fighting aliens like Michael, he's instead being pursued by a bunch of clowns. Throughout this fight, there is a bunch of clown cars that are spawned in the area, and this is the only time that the clown car can be found within the game, despite it originally meant to be used for the Sharmuta heist that was eventually cut before the game's release. While competing in the race against Michael in Exorcising Demons, Marianne's dialogue will change based on what Michael is wearing. If he pulls up in a suit, she will get embarrassed thinking it looks like Michael is chasing after her.
I don't know who I'm more embarrassed for. You're not exactly dressed for cardio.
It's running.
How much gear do you need?
But if he comes in sportswear, she will accuse him of wearing it so he could hit on girls at the bar.
Don't flatter yourself, sweet cheeks. I'm married.
They all are. I bet you bought that running gear just to hit on girls at juice bars.
Dawn McGee, the voice actor for Mary Ann, won the award for Best Actress in 2013's Play Legit's Best Awards for this role. In Franklin's race with Mary Ann, he needs to jump over a gap in the bridge, which also happens to be a stunt jump. And this is the only stunt jump in the game that can be completed on a bicycle. The phrase that Michael recites in front of the red truck in Seeking the Truth is a reference to an Epsilon myth from GTA San Andreas. While many people tried to solve this mystery in San Andreas, it ended up being a complete hoax. However, Rockstar made it a reality by having Michael recite the same phrase from the website in front of a red truck in GTA 5. Accepting the Truth is the first time in-game that we see Marnie again from GTA 4. Unfortunately, when she emailed us saying she was going to a clinic, we hoped that it wouldn't be something like the Epsilon program. In Chasing the Truth, the device that Jimmy Boston hands us is an exact ripoff of a PKE, or psychokinetic energy meter, seen in the original 1984 Ghostbusters movie. Once you have acquired your Kiflam robes in Bearing the Truth, store owners in convenience stores and gun shops will occasionally greet you by saying Kiflam.
Kiflam.
Hey! Keflon? Buddy, what's up?
Kiflam, friend.
After your quick chat with Jimmy Boston in Delivering the Truth, he will leave behind his F620 for you to drive around. This car features a paint job matching the Kiflam colors that can't be found anywhere else in the game, but it is featured on 3 more vehicles in the last Epsilon mission as well. While doing your 10-mile run through the desert, Trevor was supposed to call Michael after a few miles.
Yeah, Kiflam.
What? Where the hell are you?
Somewhere in the desert. I'm on a journey.
A large amount of peyote and ketamine kind of journey?
No, more of a search for the truth kind of journey. A test. It's a long story.
Truth! You spent the last 10 years failing that test, my friend.
Look, I gotta keep moving, T. Just 2 more miles to go.
Then you call me crazy.
The definitive reason on why this phone call was cut from the game isn't entirely known, but it's believed it was cut due to the fact that these missions could technically be completed before you even meet Trevor in the story. And at the end of Unknowing the Truth, after you betray the Epsilon program, you can actually steal the helicopter. If you take out all of the guards and then wait for the mission passed banner to pop up, the helicopter will unlock for you to take and fly around, which is normally always locked. Thanks to a glitch called On Mission Zero Skip, target practice is actually one of the most important missions in the game when it comes to GTA 5 speedrunning. This glitch tricks the game into thinking you're on a mission when you're actually not, and by completing mission objectives, you can save them for use in another mission, resulting in you skipping entire missions. There is actually a very rare occurrence that when following Cletus into the forest on the mission Fair Game, you will start role-playing Dark Viper AU and get jumped by a cougar and immediately fail the mission. This is kind of a freebie from my last Useless Facts video, but Joseph from the Civil Border Patrol missions is the same guy that wins the bar fight in the mission Trevor Phillips Industries after Trevor bashes the head of the other dude on the counter. At the start of An American Welcome, Joe claims that Joseph doesn't know 2 words of English, but in this mission, he actually proves that he knows at least 4. The name of this mission, Minuteman Blues, and the name of this mission series, being the Minutemen, comes not from the 2008 Disney movie, but rather a special force a part of the New England Colonial Militia, which was later adopted by the states as well. The reason they were called the Minutemen is because they would be ready for a battle or an attack within 1 minute, hence Minutemen. Though how this portrays to these 2 dudes is beyond me. After the mission Death at Sea is unlocked, you can actually hear in-game news reports about the death of Frank Mathers, which is what Abigail tasked Michael with uncovering the truth of. The $10 that Abigail gives us at the end of What Lies Beneath is actually the lowest monetary reward ever given for completing a mission in the entire GTA franchise. In the mission, Nigel and Miss Thornhill, the sequence where Nigel and Miss Thornhill bow down to Trevor is a direct reference to the hit 1992 movie Wayne's World.
We are not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I'm not Jock.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
After getting tasked with destroying the for sale signs and extra commissions, it's actually possible to just follow Josh into the property afterwards. He won't do much, but just stand there, but in typical GTA fashion, he can be killed with an explosion. Although it's not difficult to find the house Avery is showcasing on the mission Closing the Deal, when you get to the street, there is actually a jogger that passes by that Trevor can ask for Avery's whereabouts from.
Hey, you, facelift! Come here a second.
What did you call me?
Have you seen an old guy with a green comet? Lenny Avery.
Lenny? I love Lenny. He got me a deal in a 9-bed Tudor Tuscan last year. I saw him showing the house just up the street on the left. Say hi from Rosalind.
Oh, I will.
Surreal Estate is a mission that is physically impossible to complete if your FPS is too high. Since the rate that the jerry cans dispense is dictated by your FPS, having it too high will make it deplete faster than you need for the trail. And finally, while killing Josh is not part of the mission in Breach of the Contract, it is implied that canonically he is killed here, since you need to take him out in order to complete the gold requirements. In the mission Far Out, the device that Omega uses to scan Franklin is the exact same model as the PKE that Michael uses during his Epsilon mission. After you complete Omega's request, the space docker you can obtain for completing the Final Frontier is actually made to resemble an X-Wing from Star Wars. Before Franklin comes across Dom stuck in the tree in the mission risk assessment, he meets a dog that he's able to communicate with. While this dog has had many theories surrounding it, it's actually there as a reference to a 1859 short story called The Half-Brothers. In this story, Lassie, a border collie, guides some adults to where the dog's masters got trapped during a snowstorm, except now the Lassie's owner has been replaced by Dom, who the dog is constantly trying to get Franklin to save from death. The sequence of driving the ATV into the cargo plane in Liquidity Risk is nearly identical to the mission Stowaway from GTA San Andreas. In the mission Targeted Risk, Dom mentions the phrase shaken, not stirred.
Fear cocktail with the twist. Shaken, not stirred. Drink it in, big guy.
This is an obvious reference to James Bond, who often orders his martinis in the exact same way. Unfortunately, when Dom jumps to his death in the mission Uncalculated Risk, there is a gold medal called Leap of Faith. This is an obvious reference to Assassin's Creed and the Leap of Faith, which is performed in order to survive fatal falls within the game, except no one told Dom that it doesn't actually work. Mrs. Phillips, Trevor's mom, who briefly shows up to ask Trevor to grab her some Dilutamol before vanishing by the time he returns, is believed to be voiced by Dan and Sandhauser's mother, Geraldine Moffat. In the mission The Last One, the lines said by Bigfoot when he is shot by Franklin are identical to those said by the Sasquatch to John Marston during the mission Birth of the Conservation Movement in Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
Shoot me, human! Make it stop!
I just shot your ass and stop.
I'm the last of my kind.
Yeah, evolution is a bitch.
We've lived in these woods 1,000 years. Shoot me, human. Shoot me. I'm the last of my kind. We've lived in these hills 1,000 years.
And to end off the video and leave you with abandonment issues, whether you decide to kill Dr. Freelander or let him live, the game will always think that he has been killed, and a few days after the mission, you will always find an article about his death from Weasel News. Once again, huge shout out to Reddit and the GTA Wiki for stuff in this video, and if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That's it from me, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.